Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. I am Mike the Commentator and thank you all for joining me today. Today we are doing a little bit of a throwback. I know it's Monday, not Throwback Thursday, but we're still doing a bit of a throwback as we go back to Ring of Honor Final Battle 2003 when it was one half of one of the greatest tag teams of all time, Jay Briscoe, the late great Jay Briscoe, versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, with Bryan Danielson about to have one of the greatest matches perhaps in his entire career as he goes against Will Ospreay at AEW's Dynasty pay-per-view event on April 21st, 2024. It's very fitting that we do this match today between two of the greatest to ever step foot inside the squared circle. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. All right, here we go. The bell is rung. This match is underway. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, and Jay Briscoe, one-on-one here. Final Battle 2003. They're going to lock up here. And now they're going to separate. Now they're just trying to feel each other out, figure out what's the move. And Danielson driving the forearm into the face of Jay Briscoe. This is going to be one hell of a hard-hitting fight between two of the best that Ring of Honor has to offer. Up-and-coming stars in the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson and Jay Briscoe. They're going to lock hands again. It's going to be a test. Danielson, that quickness going right after the arm of Jay Briscoe. And Danielson driving all of his force. He could break the arm of Jay Briscoe early. Look at this. Boom, going after the shoulder of Briscoe. That quickness as he knows just how to torque the arm of Briscoe. As you can see, Jay Briscoe writhing in pain. Danielson can take control just like that. He can turn things around. But so far, Danielson leading this match with control. And Briscoe needs to find his way out. And Briscoe does. But the damage has already been done early on. As you can see, Briscoe trying to shake off the pain. Shake off those cobwebs. Locks up Carnello. Danielson right now with a hammerlock. Has the arms locked. Wrenching on that arm. That right arm, pulling it back with the knee on the spine of Briscoe. And now has the knee on the neck, but Briscoe back to a seated position. And now the knee is being driven into the spine of Briscoe as Danielson pulls back in the arms. This is not where you want to be if you're Jay Briscoe, as he pulls himself up back to one knee. And now back up. Danielson perhaps looking for cattle mutilation early here, but Jay Briscoe scouted it and goes for that ropes. Goes for that top rope. That was very smart by Jay Briscoe. He realized he was in danger and he was not where he wanted to be. But then he got to where he needed to be, and that was forcing the rope break. And now locking up Carnello, side headlock from Jay Briscoe, gets sent into the ropes. And now holds on as Danielson tried to break free, but unsuccessful. Jay Briscoe holding on. Danielson using those fists to break free, trying to drive the locked hands, pulling up on the waist, trying to separate Jay Briscoe, but Jay Briscoe holding on for dear life, trying to put as much pressure, but Danielson stomps on the back of the knee of Briscoe. Briscoe drives Danielson into the mat. And now for Danielson, he's not in a good position right now. Those arms of Jay Briscoe are locked around the head, around that neck of the American Dragon. Danielson picks up Briscoe, tried to break free, but gets sent right into the mat, and now a leg drop from Briscoe. Right back into a headlock. Danielson's face. Danielson fading away. You can see the face starting to turn red. And Danielson needs to find his way out of this. He needs to get back to a vertical base and needs to break free of this lock from Jay Briscoe, who's had this side headlock and headlock in for a considerable amount of time. Danielson now looking for a lion tamer. But Briscoe grabs that bottom rope. And now we're back to a vertical base, back to square one, right where these two started before they shook hands. These two have already put each other through quite a bit. I can imagine that arm of Jay Briscoe is not at 100%, but they're going to lock up collar and elbow as once again Danielson going for that hammer lock. Danielson trying to torque that arm. And he does. And he just arm drag just sends the arm of Jay Briscoe over. And now twisting the arm of Briscoe. Briscoe driving the forearm into the face of Danielson to break the hold. But Danielson now with the elbow onto the jaw of Briscoe. This is going to be a rough one. These two love to fight. They love hard-hitting battles. And this is at final battle. And now they're going to lock up again. Test of strength. Who wants this more? Who has more power in them? And right now, Jay Briscoe showing that he has more strength than Bryan Danielson as Danielson gets sent to his knees. But Danielson fighting back and tries to kick the arm free, but can't. Briscoe just has so much force onto this lock that Danielson's having a hard time breaking free. Look at the way that Danielson turned around and reversed it. Now Danielson has shifted it in his favor. Danielson backslide onto his feet, boot to the midsection. Jay Briscoe sending the ropes. Beautiful drop, picture perfect drop kick from the American Dragon. 1, 2, and a kick out from Briscoe at 2. Danielson going right back to work on that arm. This is a brilliant strategy from Bryan Danielson, who's been working on that arm throughout this match. And now has that leg locked in for pressure. It seemed that Danielson was going for a side Russian leg sweep, but instead was using that leg locked in for added pressure to make sure that Briscoe stays stable and can't get away. But now Briscoe's the one in control and pushing Briscoe into the top rope, into the ropes. Briscoe now in control. What a right to Danielson. Now stomping away on the American Dragon. What a big boot. Side headlock locked in once again. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Briscoe going for what already worked earlier to weaken Danielson up to this point. And now Danielson backdrop suplex, but Briscoe holds on with that side headlock. That's just a test to how powerful the willpower of Jay Briscoe to keep this lock in, to win this match here at Final Battle in 2003. As Danielson gets back up to his feet, pulls Jay Briscoe back up, rolls over, but Jay Briscoe still holding on to that side headlock as Danielson tries to break free. But now here comes Danielson on the attack. Breaks free, driving the knee in to the midsection, into the side. And now, driving the hand into the mat. Danielson really putting in the work on this now injured left arm of Jay Briscoe. Looking for a key lock, it seems. Rolls Briscoe through. Head scissor. They're going to block off the airway of Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe not at all where he wants to be, with the arms locked and the legs locked around the neck. Jay Briscoe is in no man's land right now and has to find his way to the ropes or find a way to break free. But right now, things are not looking up for Jay Briscoe. And Daniel Stelba turns through, tries to breaks free, and right back on that headlock once again from Jay Briscoe. Great strategy from Briscoe, trying to block the airway of Danielson with that headlock, trying to put him to sleep, trying to wear down Danielson. We know that Danielson can go the distance, and that's something that Jay Briscoe knows very well, and he's trying to weaken Danielson. Danielson with a huge European uppercut to Jay Briscoe. And now Briscoe tries to pull himself back up, but Danielson does instead. A lot have been taken out of these two men, but Jay Briscoe has Danielson up, snap suplex. And Briscoe boot to the midsection of Danielson, clubbing blow to the back. Heads the ropes, and a huge lariat turns Danielson inside out. What a lariat from Briscoe. Hooks the leg, goes to the cover. 1, 2, but Danielson able to kick out at 2 with a little bit of force. But with every kick out, you have to use energy. And that's why we haven't seen so many covers this match. They know that they go for their covers, they're just going to wear each other out. Wear themselves out in the process. They just want to inflict as much damage as they can. Danielson wants to make Jay Briscoe tap out with that cattle mutilation that he tried earlier on, but Jay Briscoe scouted it and able to make it to that top rope once he realized he was in danger. Now these two trading chops in the center of the ring. Huge European uppercut from Danielson sends Briscoe down to the mat. That's just how tough Bryan Danielson is as he sends Briscoe into the ropes. Boot right to the midsection and a neck breaker. Oh, what a neck breaker from Briscoe to Bryan Danielson. Briscoe in control. These two have been going tit for tat, giving it everything they've got. But now that these two have put each other through so much, it's really about who wants it more, who has more heart, who has more drive, who is willing to go the extra mile to pick up the victory here at Final Battle. And Danielson getting caught with his forearms by Briscoe in the corner. Danielson not where he wants to be. Ducks under Briscoe. And a step up enziguri to Jay. Danielson now on the attack. And now here comes Danielson with his European uppercuts. Sends Briscoe in the ropes. Briscoe, great reversal. Danielson slides under. Great baseball slide. And now a huge uppercut takes Briscoe off his feet. And just like that, Bryan Danielson has taken control and unleashing everything onto Jay Briscoe. Now that he has Jay Briscoe up on his shoulders, what is next from the American Dragon? Spinning Briscoe around. Around and around we go. Drops Briscoe. Heads up to the top. Bryan Danielson up at the top. What's he thinking? Diving headbutt connects. Goes to the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, and Briscoe kicks out at 2. This match continues. Danielson thought that was it. You can see the eyes just get wide. That as if he thought he had it, but it wasn't enough. Discus forearm, but gets blocked by Briscoe with a slap, with a disrespectful, thunderous slap. What a slap from Danielson. And now these two just trading slaps, only firing each other up. And now Danielson spits in the face of Jay Briscoe. That is just, raked the eyes of Danielson. Danielson flinched on that slap, but instead raked the eyes of the American Dragon. Briscoe continues. And clubbing blows to the midsection of Danielson. Picks up Danielson. And, Michinoku driver. 1, 2. And Danielson kicks out at 2. What a great move from Jay Briscoe to turn things around. Jay Briscoe measuring up Bryan Danielson. This could be it. The end could be near for the American Dragon. Danielson not where he wants to be. Big boot. That's it. Thanks for coming. 1, 2. But Danielson kicks out at 2.5. And this match continues. And this is just the opening contest, the opening battle on Final Battle. And what a way to open up tonight's show. And this one will do it. If he connects with this, the Jay Driller, it's all over. Jay Driller will put this one away on the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, who grabs the rope. Smart. But Jay Driller, no, but now these knees, and now pounding Danielson with those knees. But Bryan Danielson breaks free. Big boot to the American Dragon. And now Jay Briscoe saying this one's over. And this could be it in just a matter of moments for Bryan Danielson, who's trying to pull himself back up. This could be all over right here, right now. Hooks the arms. But Danielson turns things around. Dragon. Suplex 2. Look at this. Danielson turns things around so quick. He has this left, and the cattle mutilation is locked in deep. Center of the ring with Jay Briscoe, nowhere to go. He is in no man's land, and the ref's calling for the bell. And Jay Briscoe gives, and it wasn't. And in the end, Bryan Danielson picks up the victory. All right, everyone, and that was the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus the late, great Jay Briscoe at Final Battle 2003 and the opening match. in the end, it would be the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, with that cattle mutilation to defeat Jay Briscoe. All right, with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in to today's video. Don't forget, follow me on all my socials at Hype the Commentator on Instagram, on Twitch, on TikTok, right here on YouTube, and Hype Commentator on X. Thank you all for tuning in to today's video, and I will see you all in the next one.